Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown spoilers as well as your WWE main event. But as always, happy birthdays. Jay Bradley turned 35 years old. He was born November 17, 1980. Bradley currently wrestles as Aiden O'Shea in TNA. Also worked as Brian Braddock in WWE. Independent wrestler Mercedes Martinez turned 35. She was born November 17, 1980. Japanese star Katsuyori Shibata turned 36, and former WWF regular Ed Moretti turned 58. Also would have been the birthday of former Mid-Atlantic star Nightmare Ted Allen, would have been 59, and Johnny Weaver would have been 80. TNA announcer, the Pope, has from TNA is promoting the Love Alive charity. He started earlier this year. Pope noted that he started the charity to improve the quality of life for the homeless, displaced, families, and disadvantaged communities through humanitarian efforts. TNA posted a video featuring to promote the charity, but I did not get the link. I do apologize. Former TNA Knockout champion Brooke Tessmacher indicated on social media on Sunday that she is no longer officiated with TNA. And you can check out her tweets. Tessmacher can be reached for independent bookings at her email address, brookeadamsinquiries@gmail.com. I'll post that along with the pic right there for you. Ronda Rousey hides her face at an airport after her loss at UFC 193. Cameras were waiting for Rousey at the LAX when she landed. She had a hood over her head, big sunglasses on, with her hair and a pillow covering her face as she walked through the airport with her boyfriend Travis Brown. Again, you can go to that video. I didn't see a pillow in front of her face from the video. All I've seen was a hood over her face. And again, we'll go to that link for you. Jay Kelly attended Raw in Greenville, South Carolina, and sent the following report from Superstar's TV taping. A little bit more detailed than the previous video I did from the Monday night report. This is the first time I ever seen Undertaker live, and it was a highlight of the night for me, and it was incredible. The place was hot for the Undertaker, but quiet for Bray Wyatt segment. I haven't seen how it comes across TV, but the Druids looked like little people. Also wish that they would have Taker and Kane get a beat down to make them look strong going into Survivor Series. Kevin Owens versus Neville. The crowd was mostly for Neville, but these guys are great in the ring, and a few between them would be great. The match had a lot of spots, and Owens is a great in the ring and getting heat. Neville's high-flying stuff is cool live. I wish they would have swerved, and Neville could have went over, but Owens is fine here. A- for the grade he gave the match. Tyler Breeze versus R-Truth. R-Truth had the crowd, which is crazy because I've haven't seen him in a while. Neat match, and Truth is hilarious in the ring. Breeze finishing was dumb, and I hope it doesn't defeat anyone important with it. That match got a grade C. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. The crowd was pro Ambrose. Great match with back and forth action. Hard for me because I wanted Ziggler to take the win here and join the Authority, but no such luck. Ambrose winning got a huge reaction, and his speech after the match was awesome. B+ grade. New Day versus Ryback and the Usos. The New Day are hilarious, just fun. The match was crappy. I got a feeling we get some type of Survivor Series match because of the disqualification finish. Ryback got a really good reaction, and watching him live was cool. No grade for disqualification finishes. Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. Reigns came off really well. Mike work is better because more natural. As for the match, it was a match of the night. Crowd was way into the match. 50-50 split for Cesaro and Reigns. Both men put out their best effort, and Cesaro needs a championship run someday. And the match grade got an A. Dudley Boys versus the Ascension. We got to see the Dudley Boys, so I guess that was cool, but no tables after the crowd was asking and begging for the match was a bummer. C- was a grade. Calusa versus Alberto Del Rio. Where do I start? This match was a mess. The mask ordeal in the corner just awkward, and these two have no chemistry. Poor Callisto. I have had a feeling that any push he has is done for a while. The crowd hated this match, and for good reason. Worst match of the night and sloppy. Grade D. Paige and Charlotte was not good. About a quarter of the audience left, and more were leaving as the segment was going on. The use of Reed Flair here was awful. I know it puts heat on Paige, but that was just awful. Please fire whatever writer came up with that right now. No grade on that. The last match, the segment was a huge letdown after a fun first couple of hours. I don't see how this would build excitement for a Survivor Series. I don't know how it come across TV. But from Greenville, South Carolina, just isn't a lively crowd. And it's the same way every time I go. WWE really needs some more big stars. Survivor Series feels like it's going to be a glorified Raw. Which is why I have chosen not to make the 2-hour drive to Atlanta to see it. Overall, this was a good Raw until the end. Seeing Taker and the first few tournament matches made it worth it. Another report from Raw Greenville, South Carolina, thanks to Kyle Hyatt, who attended Raw. What he posted was after Raw went off the air, the Wyatt family came out and called out Roman Reigns, who was quickly to be joined by Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose. All four wrestlers hit their finishers on the Wyatts. Ambrose and Reigns were left alone in the ring. Ambrose grabbed the mic and said, "If we make it to the final Sunday at Survivor Series, we're brothers now, but then it'll be on." Reigns said, "No matter what, we'll always be brothers." The two hugged and they gave a send-off to the crowd. Overall, a great show with the best Greenville crowd I've seen in a long time. Very energetic crowd compared to those in the past. So WWE gave hype to the most intriguing tournament match possibility after Raw went off the air rather than during the actual show. Strange, I assume they will do more on SmackDown since both men will appear or the tournament semifinalists, but it's still airing on the B show rather than on the go-home edition of Raw. Goldberg spoke with Scott Fishman of ChannelGuideMag.com to promote the movie Checkpoint and said TNA reached out to him recently. "I got contacted by TNA a couple days ago," as Goldberg said. "I don't know. They want to promote the movie since one of my adversaries in the film is Bram, aka Thomas Latimer, who works for them. I'm greatly appreciative that they want to help the movie out. Now, at the end of the day, promoting the movie is one thing, but getting a guy like Goldberg in your wrestling organization is a completely different story. We'll see." Goldberg also stated, before mentioning the TNA item, that he has not ruled out a return to the ring. "I was very lucky in that I did not kill myself during my tenure in the wrestling world." As he said, "My body still can take some serious abuse, and we see with me training Muay Thai kickboxing 3 days a week, as long as I got this little boy with a desire to see me do something in the ring, there is an idea of never say never." You can read the full interview at ChannelGuideMagBlog.com. It's worth a shot if you're TNA, though I don't know if they are in a position to pay Goldberg the big money they would likely went for a return to the ring. Goldberg also said that he thinks that Ronda Rousey losing at UFC 193 is karma, and went into more details as to why. Again, go to the ChannelGuideMag.blog, ChannelGuideMagBlog.com. It's Real Brooke Adams again tweeted, "I'm really going to miss these girls." Showing a photo, lots of laughs, cries, jokes, smiles, fights, and love. Hashtag next chapter. Hashtag the end. During an appearance on Ring Rust Radio, former TNA wrestler Chris Sabin explained why he left the company back in 2014. And here's what he had to say. "Basically, my decision was to work anywhere that was willing to give me work, or work anywhere they were willing to pay me. Ring of Honor, I made a contact and worked something out. I do have a little bit of history there, but not as much history as most of the guys that have worked there throughout the years. I have worked there sporadically through the last 10 years or so. I enjoy Ring of Honor, and they have A really great crew. Their production is getting much better, and the locker room has so much passion. People will say this locker room has the most passion, or this one does, but I can fully and confidently say Ring of Honor really does have the most passionate locker room I have ever been in. That has a lot to do with it, and you want to surround yourself with the like-minded people that love the business as much as you do. Saban also talked about recovering for his neck injury. I'm doing okay and getting better. I have a few things going on outside of wrestling right now, but probably start wrestling again sometime next year, I imagine. I want to take it easy and fully heal up. I have a pinched nerve in my neck that I had a disc bulging out and pitching it. I was getting the symptoms down my arm and everything. That's just not fun when you're getting numbness and pins and needles down your arm and hands and fingers with no feeling. I just want to make sure I'm 100% fully healed before I come back and get in the ring. Wrestling isn't an easy business or on your body, and I want to take care of my health long term. 5-Star Wrestling announced that Rey Mysterio will be a featured character in their upcoming PlayStation 4 game. 5-Star Wrestling Regenesis to promote the game. The promotion will hold several events in mid-January, including an event headlined by Mysterio vs. AJ Styles. Here's the announcement. Massive announcement from team behind 5-Star Wrestling. Serious Parody Limited, the Dundee Games development studios behind 5-Star Wrestling video game series, today announced that the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio has signed on to be a character in their newly announced PlayStation 4 title, 5-Star Wrestling Regenesis. Billed as a pro evolution soccer of professional wrestling games, Regenesis is set to launch in early 2016 and will look to focus on fun yet strategic gameplay. We here at Serious Parody have huge plans for 5-Star Wrestling and signing the absolute great high flyer of all time, Rey Mysterio, is not only an incredible step in the right direction for our company, but on a personal level, as a lifelong wrestling fan, it's a dream come true to work with one of the very best wrestlers in history. Rey Mysterio could sign with WWE at any time, but he has chosen to work with us instead. It's truly surreal, and hopefully a sign of big things to come. And that concludes what Serious Parody founder and CEO Dan Hinkles had to say. But that's not all. Serious Parody has launched 5-Star Wrestling as a major new wrestling promotion, and today have announced 5-Star Wrestling Regenesis Tour kicking off January 13th in the Newcastle Metro Arena before moving to the Sheffield Arena on the 14th of January, and then hosting a 5-star show at the Liverpool Echo Arena on Friday the 15th. We are aiming to smash records with the 5-Star Wrestling Regenesis Tour. There are by far the biggest wrestling shows that a UK promoter has ever hosted, and we've signed an army of the best wrestlers from around the world to host 3 incredible nights of 5-Star Wrestling entertainment. If the first match announced is anything to go by, it's no exaggeration either. January 14th, for the first time ever, former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio will take on the former IWGP and TNA World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles in a truly historic dream match that has never been possible before. AJ Styles is arguably the greatest wrestler on the planet today. Top-tier wrestling personalities include Stone Cold Steve Austin, Taz, and JR. Have all recently pointed out that he should be applying this trade in the WWE. To have him go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio, there honestly isn't a bigger match that a wrestling promoter, other than Vince McMahon himself, could make right now. It's never been possible before, and who knows if it will ever happen again. And I'm so excited to be able to give wrestling fans an opportunity to see this match, said Hinkle. Tickets for the historic events go on sale Thursday, November 12th. Over on it's actually last week, 5starwrestling.co.uk. And wrestling fans should pay close attention to the 5-Star Wrestling Facebook page, as several major announcements will be made over the next coming weeks in relation to the shows and the video game series. We have done everything we can to sign the ultimate roster for these events, and there are more historic matches still to be announced. Former WWE superstar and TNA announcer Taz recently spoke with Sports Illustrated Extra Mustard blog to promote his weekly podcast, The Taz Show, Body Slams and Beyond, and some of the highlights from the interview. On winning Gold Communicators Award this year and expanding his weekly podcast, the amount of my downloads were high. CBS asked if I could see myself doing more than one show per week. Then I did 2 shows per week. CBS then said, "Your numbers are insane. Your content is awesome, and we want to give you the opportunity to do this every day." The timing was great. I was having some financial issues with TNA. My contract was coming up in 2 months, and I had no intention of re-signing with them. I was ready to segue into a new career. So CBS set up a meeting. And I signed a full-time deal, and I have a full-time daily show. And that's the origin of the Taz Show. Comments on going to TNA in 2009 as a recent departure. I left WWE when I needed a break. At the time, TNA was a good alternative for me. It was refreshing at the time, and things were being run pretty good. It felt right. Then after a couple of years, I'm not going to sit here and bash people. Decisions were made that weren't good decisions, and the company started to go in another direction. There was a leadership issue, and I felt like it was the perfect time to segue into my radio career. So I wanted to get out of there, and I did. On if it would ever return to WWE, I would go back to WWE, but I could not and would not leave my career with CBS Radio and my show. I have a very good relationship with WWE and never burnt a bridge with them, and we've always had a mutual respect. Time will tell, but my show is my number one priority. Elizabeth Flair, the mother of WWE Divas Champion Charlotte, and the late Reed Flair, ripped WWE creative for Paige mentioning her son to draw heat on Raw. WWE writers, really? That lazy? Hashtag cheap shot, hashtag disgusting, hashtag disrespectful, hashtag cruel, hashtag sad, as she wrote on Twitter. Follow her online at twitter.com/E-Flair. That's E-F-L-I-E-H-R. Good for Elizabeth for speaking out against WWE using her son's death in an attempt to put heat on Paige. She also indicated that she did not know the comment was coming, meaning no one cleared it with her ahead of time. Also, same thing with Ric Flair. Nobody contacted him either. Courtesy of Amazon.com, below, here's a cover of WWE's best pay-per-view matches of 2015. I'll show that there. DVD and Blu-ray that comes out January 19th. It features The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, John Cena, The New Day, Charlotte, Nikki Bella, and Sasha Banks. WWE confirmed on their website that Randy Orton and his fiancée, Kim, got married this past weekend in Las Vegas. And also show a photo as they wrote the following from WWE. Former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton married fiancée Kim this weekend. The newlyweds recently appeared together on Unfiltered with Renee Young. Available now on demand only on WWE Network. Join the rest of the WWE Universe and congratulate Randy Orton and his new bride on this exciting new chapter in their lives. Send your congrats to the Viper on Twitter by tweeting at Randy Orton, which I have already done. In the video below, Maria, and this will have a video link, Maria Menounos interviews The Miz and Paige on E! New to promote the WWE Studios, Santa's Little Helper. WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, formerly known as Medusa, continues to taunt Paige on social media. She posted the following to Facebook today. I'll post that little link. I have another challenge, Miss Paige. If you and I ever wrestle and I lose, I'll let you drive my monster truck, and if I win, I'll take your Divas title and exchange it for the real Women's Championship belt. Hashtag, and then you have this. This girl got some biceps, as you can see in the photo, better to crush and real Paige with. Remember my little Paige? I drive a monster truck that has more horsepower than in your butt. Oh, and plus, I kick 66-inch tires that are bigger than you. Just saying, age is only a number. Courtesy of a Wrestling DVD Network, this video is the intro video for WWE Owens Heart of Gold DVD. Owen Heart of Gold. That's speaking of Owen Hart. DVD and Blu-ray on Owen Hart that comes out on December 8th. Hall of Famer Kevin Nash in this picture. Seen in this tweet, he's dealing with the shingles disease at the present time. Well, if you've ever had chickenpox, you may get shingles later on in life. The Miz posted these videos on his Facebook account on this link. Again, promoting Santa's Little Helper, which is out today. It stars Paige, Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, and WWE Tag Team Champions The New Day. Goldust was backstage for last night's Raw and appeared on stage with the roster when the opening segment happened with the moment of silence for the victims of the Paris terror attacks. Goldust should be returning to the ring very soon after Survivor Series. The Bella Twins spoke with Reveal magazine in the UK a few weeks back to promote the recent WWE European tour, and you can read Nikki Bella's interview and Breeze at the link that I did not get. Nikki commented on ex-boyfriend Dolph Ziggler telling her that he had feelings for her on Total Divas, along with John Cena's reaction. I think I did a video and posted that particular link on that about a month ago. It wasn't that I was tempted by Nick. It was the thought that there are others out there that want to give you marriage and kids. With Nick, it's hard to go back once you're over it. But it didn't cross my mind that someone does want to make me a wife, and someone does want to make me a mother. Poor John was like, is there anything I should be worried about? I was like, I don't think so, but no, I adore John, and I couldn't imagine my life without him. Bree then talked about how she and Daniel Bryan are ready for kids. I'm so ready for motherhood. The hardest thing in our business is that, unfortunately, you can't wrestle and be pregnant. As she said, it's the ongoing tug of war inside. If I'm ready to hang up my boots and start trying. Brian and I have this crazy baby fever. We are so ready for it in our lives, especially considering how we are with our dog Josie. We're so ready for a kid. We're going to see my battle with it next series. It's definitely around the corner, though, so look for it on the next season of Total Divas. That starts off at the end of this month, I believe. Batista started working on a new movie called Bush in New York. He stars as a war veteran who helps actress Brittany Snow travel across her neighborhood in Brooklyn as it's under attack, with New York being used as a negotiation tool as Texas tries to succeed from the United States. Stowe tweeted the photo, and I'll show a picture of that. Dolph Ziggler took a shot at his WWE status with a tweet today. Early this morning, noting that he left Kent State University at the winningest wrestler ever, but probably won't do the same in WWE. Ziggler also said that he's disappointed not facing Cesaro in the finals of the WWE World Heavyweight Title Tournament. Stone Cold revealed his new momentous trailer in this link in the 2K16 video game. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose did a post-Raw segment in Greenville, South Carolina, at this link, where they talked about potentially facing each other in the finals of the WWE World Heavyweight Title Tournament at Survivor Series. And the next link, here, Charlotte signs the contract after Raw in the video. Again, bad segment for Raw, because they didn't conclude what they had to do. Signing the contract. Hey, WWE, get it? Got it? Good. Live it. Do it. Okay. After all, when off the air in Greenville, South Carolina, Bray Wyatt came out to cut a promo on Survivor Series before calling out Roman Reigns. This led to Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman versus Reigns, Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, and Dean Ambrose in an 8-man tag match. This was mostly a bunch of spots, and everyone fought to the back while Roman and Dean were left in the ring. Ambrose took the mic and said they will get through their matches at Survivor Series and then face each other for the World Heavyweight title. Reigns agreed and said they will always be brothers, and that ended the show. That makes like a third, fourth report for After All. Curtis Axel, who has been campaigning for more WWE TV time. And you can go to the link. He actually did a video at twitter.com/Real Curtis Axel. He's apparently posting his own videos now, since he's not doing TV time on Raw or SmackDown. And he tweeted it during Raw on the air. Now, what you've all been waiting for, Dark Match main event advertised for SmackDown TV taping. Dark match before main event taping. There was not a dark match event advertised for SmackDown TV tapings, but they did have one. But before the main event happened, dark match from Knoxville, Tennessee, saw Fandango defeat any wrestler, Jackson James. James cut a heel promo before the match and got some heat. First report for main event tapings, courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. Uso brothers defeated Adam Rose and Brad Maddox. Maddox and Rose are bringing their updated gimmicks to WWE TV with this episode of main event. They cut promos before the match and referred to themselves as Piss Off Emos. They are both sporting bleach blonde hair and matching gear. Naomi with Sasha Banks and Tamina defeated Alicia Fox with Brie Bella in the corner. Titus O'Neil defeated Heath Slater. Second report, thanks to Bill Wright for the following WWE main event spoilers from Knoxville, Tennessee. Usos defeated Adam Rose and Brad Maddox with a splash from the top. Adam came out and cut a promo with Maddox, and both are wearing bleach blonde hair now. JoJo interviewed the Primetime Players backstage. Naomi with Tamina and Sasha defeated Alicia Fox with Brie Bella by submission. Titus O'Neil defeated Heath Slater. This was said to be a dull match for the most part, with no real reaction from either superstar. Third report from Tuesday night taping from Knoxville, Tennessee for this week's edition of Main Event. Usos defeated Adam Rose and Brad Maddox in tag team action to kick off the show. Rose and Maddox, both of whom now have blonde hair, cut a promo before the match. The finish in this one saw the Usos score a pin after a top rope splash. JoJo entered the Primetime Players backstage. Titus O'Neil will be in action later against Heath Slater. Naomi defeated Alicia Fox by submission in Divas action. Tamina Snuka and Sasha Banks were at ringside with Naomi, but Brie was solo since her sister's out with an injury. Was in the corner of Alicia. Titus O'Neil defeated Heath Slater in the final match tape for this week's show. As Primetime Players got the win with his finisher in a match that was said to be somewhat flat. First SmackDown spoiler, courtesy of Wrestling Inc. Miz TV started off the show with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, and Alberto Del Rio. Included R-Truth comedy, followed by Reigns and Ambrose clearing the heels from the ring. Match number 1, Cesaro defeated The Miz. Neville and the Dudleys defeated Stardust and the Ascension. Tyler Breeze defeated Zack Ryder. Charlotte defeated Brie Bella in non-title action. Big E defeated Kalisto. Roman and Dean Ambrose beat down Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio, only to win by disqualification, though. Thanks to Bill Wright for the following SmackDown spoilers from Knoxville, Tennessee. Miz TV kicks off SmackDown. Kevin Owens interrupted and declared it Kevin Owens show. Alberto Del Rio and Zeb Coulter interrupted. Owens and Del Rio have words and face off. Dean Ambrose comes out to a big reaction. Roman was out next, standing to a standing ovation. According to our correspondent, R-Truth was out next. He says he will cut through everyone else like a hot knife through butter. Miz reminds Truth he's not in the tournament. Truth apologizes and wishes Reigns and Ambrose good luck. He refuses to wish good luck to Owens and Del Rio, then leaves. Miz throws a hit and Reigns distracts him, allowing Ambrose to knock Miz out with a punch. Others clear the ring and the segment ends with Reigns and Ambrose standing tall. We come back to Miz complaining about being disrespected. He demands his match for tonight be canceled. Cesaro comes out. Cesaro defeats The Miz in a 90-second match with a float over into a crossface. Stardust and Ascension come out to block Cesaro, but walk past him to the entrance without anything happening. Neville and the Dudleys defeated Stardust and Ascension, nothing more. Tyler Breeze come out with Summer Rae for a promo. He ripped Dolph Ziggler, who comes down to ringside to watch the next match. Well, Tyler Breeze defeated Zack Ryder with an excellent unprettier. Ziggler attacked Breeze after the match and nailed a super kick to end the segment. Undertaker's Druids come out with a sheep mask on as Wyatt's family come to the ring. Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman cut promos until the bell tolls. Everyone stands as the Undertaker cuts a promo on the big screen. Kane appears with a burning sheep mask and finishes the promo. The Undertaker does a rest in peace as the turnbuckles explode. Divas champion Charlotte defeated Brie Bella in non-title action with the figure 8. Renee Young interviewed Paige backstage. Tonight's main event will be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Owens and Del Rio. Big E defeated Kalisto with 2 running splashes and a distraction from the New Day. They attack Kalisto and Sin Cara after the match until Ryback makes a save. Then they show Maria Menounos interviewing Paige and The Miz on E. News about the WWE Studios movie, Santa's Little Helper. Backstage segment with Reigns and Ambrose talking about being in the Survivor Series main event together. To close out the show, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Kevin Owens, and United States Champion Alberto Del Rio by disqualification when Del Rio threw Reigns into the steel steps. Del Rio apparently had several botches in the match. A brawl then broke out before Reigns and Ambrose hit Dirty Deeds and a spear. They stand tall as SmackDown ended. Third report, as WWE taped the following matches on Tuesday night in Knoxville for this week's Survivor Series Go Home edition of SmackDown, which airs tomorrow night, Thursday, November 19th on Sci-Fi. Miz kicks off this week's SmackDown with Miz TV. Kevin Owens comes out and declares it Kevin Owens show. Next out was Alberto Del Rio and Zeb Coulter. Del Rio and Owens has words and then stare at each other down. Ambrose comes out to a big reaction from the Knoxville crowd. Roman Reigns then comes out. Then R-Truth comes out. The Miz reminded him that he's not in the tournament. Truth said he was right. Apologized and wished Reigns and Ambrose good luck. After the Miz throws a fit, Reigns distracted him so Ambrose could knock him out. This was exactly what he did. Del Rio, Coulter, and Owens scattered out of the ring, leaving Reigns and Ambrose standing tall in the segment. Cesaro defeated The Miz in the first match of the evening. When we come back, The Miz is complaining about being disrespected. He demands his match for tonight be canceled, but out comes Cesaro, who beat him in about a minute with a float over crossfade. Well, this report says 1 minute, another one says 90 seconds. Dudley Boys and Neville defeated the Ascension and Stardust in 6-man tag team action. Tyler Breeze came out to cut a promo with Summer Rae by his side. Breeze ripped on Dolph Ziggler, who comes out to watch the next match. Tyler Breeze defeated Zack Ryder in singles action with the unprettier. After the match, Ziggler attacked Breeze and left him laying with a super kick. Undertaker's Druids come out wearing sheep masks as the Wyatt family makes their way to the ring. Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman cut promos until they were interrupted by the Undertaker's gong. Undertaker appears on the big screen, cuts a promo, which ends with Kane appearing and a burning sheep mask, and the Undertaker says, "Rest in peace," as the turnbuckles on the ring explode. Charlotte defeated Brie Bella in a non-title action. Divas champion picked up the win by submission with her figure 8 hold. Renee Young interviewed Paige backstage. It's announced that tonight's main event will feature Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in tag action against Alberto Del Rio and Kevin Owens. Big E defeated Kalisto in one-on-one action. He picked up the win after hitting the two big splashes thanks to a distraction from the other New Day members. After the match, New Day attacked Kalisto and Sin Cara until Ryback came out and made a save. Backstage segment with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose talking about how they're going to be in the Survivor Series main event together and their tag team match tonight. Which was up next? Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio by disqualification in the main event of this week's show. The disqualification came when Del Rio threw Reigns into the steel steps. A brawl breaks out between the 4 guys after the match. Reigns hits the spear, and Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds to stand tall as SmackDown goes off the air. And I've looked everywhere on the internet. No results for a dark match. Obviously since a dark match main event, since wasn't advertised. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on. By the way, if you don't know, you better call me, bro.